All right, good morning, everyone. All right, this will be just a short lesson on a Wednesday morning. We'll have our main Academy lesson tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for our Blues Academy members. But let me pull up my window here. I have some exciting news. First of all, I want to thank Jeff, who recommended, he wanted to get our 20 tips PDF, and that is something that is in one of the bundles, but I haven't made it for sale as a standalone or anything. And so what I did is on my website, you'll see a couple different new products. We're about to change our website over to a different platform within the next 2 weeks. And I changed pricing on everything. I made it to where we're actually kind of going to take all of our funds for the next 2 weeks and use it toward the new platform, put everything toward that. So 20 tips. Thank you, Jeff, for getting that. But here's some of the exciting news. First of all, not only did I crazy lower the prices, but I made these standalone PDFs. So if you like sheet music, there are 3 or 4 new products. There's the Bob Songbook 1 as a standalone. There's Volume 2. And Volume 1, by the way, comes with 37 training videos. So when you see the price of that and then you read what it has, it's ridiculous. 20 tips for 5-minute practice success. I want to do something nice for everybody who's been hanging out here. So here's what I did. I did this for Jeff, and I'm going to do this for everyone else. So when you go to imusicacademy.com, you go to the store, you'll go to you'll get an immediate download of the 20 tips. So I'm just going to scroll down and show you. If you want to listen to the audio files from Finale, you would just click that. But this is a PDF sheet music, right? This is not a teaching video. That happens all inside of our membership area, but some people want just the PDF, so I made those available. But of course, through all of this, you don't have to buy anything from iMusic Academy. I love the fact that you guys are hanging out, but some of you want the resources, and I very much appreciate the support on my end. But I'm also here to help you guys, and all of these trainings that we're doing live are free, and you know that. So you don't have to buy anything. But here's what I did. I'm going to do this for a limited time, but I didn't want Jeff just to have this PDF, even though he purchased that, and thank you, Jeff. But I also made this little, what I'm going to call almost like a starter kit. And what I did is I put the following products in this, and anybody who gets this PDF as a standalone, you'd go in and do 20 tips for 5-minute practice, or if you get any of the other ones that you'll see are standalones and priced lower and on sale. But we put the Easy Jazz Volume 1 piano. This is great for beginners up to advanced because you want to play in all keys. This is what you want. We start off with the blues scale, first 5 notes, then 2-note trio voicings, 3, and these come with like this one comes with teaching lessons on every one of them. And by the last of this 25-minute video, you're playing Bill Evans voicings and walking bass line. So that's kind of cool. Then a beginning blues piano sheet. This is what we use in our academy, where you say, all right, you have the first 5 notes of the blues scale. Well, let's learn how to turn that scale around in so many different ways. So that's really nice. And then we have 50 Days to Flying Fingers, my favorite course that I've ever created at iMusic Academy, which is crazy intensive of getting your fingers going. And so this is exercise 1 that does this, which is great. If you do this every day, it'll totally change your technique, even that one exercise. And then we have your 20 tips that you would have actually ordered. And then the last one is the blues bass line. This is just a simple reminder that you have these alternate bass lines, like from our blues alternate bass line course. And you take something like this, and then you learn the bass line, and then you put this in another key, and you put in another key. So I love to teach how to play in different keys, and that's sort of the idea behind this 20 tips for 5-minute success. Okay, now let's go ahead and get some teaching in here, because that's the actual goal of today. I just wanted you guys to know that this is available now, and as a standalones in the imusicacademy.com. There's a store. Lots of resources. They're on sale right now. We're changing our platform in 2 weeks, and I want to give you guys this bundle. So here we go. So the first thing I want to do is, this won't be a long lesson. I want to go down to a couple of exercises that you guys know. For instance, the C6 lick. You have the 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and. Now, why in the world am I showing you this one? Because this is, if you had 5 minutes, you want to get something done, this is a great lick to do. 1 and 2 and you hear everybody playing this, blues and in jazz. It's a great crossover type lick. And what we're doing is just get the space of the octave from C up to C, and then you have minor third to major third, and then the fifth. So whatever key we're in, I'm already outlining the triad. And then the next thing to know is the sixth note of the scale, and then the octave. So this is kind of an easier one, but the goal would be to learn this not only in the key of C, but also in the key of F, which is the 4 chord of the C blues. And then the same thing for G, which is the 5 chord of a simple C blues. And as we're going through this, I want you guys to know that there are often 2 ways to play a specific lick or chord voicing or idea or scale passage. It's usually one of 2 fingerings that'll get you through all keys. From the minor third to major third slide, when you're sliding from the minor third to major third, all you have to do is use your index finger and you slide from 2 to 2. And I always put the fingering in every PDF. You guys know that. 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4. So what I would do is, I don't have a lot of time to practice. You could either go up by a half step and practice playing these things in all keys or different keys, but you can also change your bass line. 1 and 2. Or maybe I do the 8th note bass line. Or maybe I played in different octaves. And now to go to F. Even as I'm playing this, notice that my hand is kind of hovering over all of those notes. And I hope that you see that. Hopefully we'll have somebody say hello in the chat. I know it's a Wednesday morning, a lot of people at work, but let me just hit the live button to make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, very cool. We have a couple people watching. So we're going to do 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then 3. Hey, Vicky, good to see you. 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and... Now, the only thing you have to learn on this specific lick is you have to learn how to transpose this. In order to do this in the key of B, for instance, you don't have a slide. You have a hammer-on of the major third. So the scale of B has 5 sharps: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and then that's it. And then you have the scale B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you need to know the major scale of B. When you start transposing, you start to know, okay, well, there's a B triad. How do you get a triad? It's the 1, 3, 5 of the scale. Now, to play this lick, I'm going to hammer on. I realize this might be a little fast talking about this. A little too much theory for some of our beginning pianists or blues pianists, but here we go. You're looking for a B triad right next to a C triad. Now we're hammering on our finger 2 to 3 to get to that major third. 1, so now we're in B. Okay, so that's the fingering. And notice that I'm playing the B triad, hammering on, and then my 5th finger on the 6th note, and then my hand opens up to get that B. And I always say that if you're having trouble with your B octave or your hammer on, go back to something that's a slide key that's more comfortable, like the key of C. 1, 2, and then 3, and maybe that would be your goal for today. You do this 1 and 2 and then 3. Now go down to B. Go back up to C, and maybe up to D flat. Now D flat is a hammer-on key, so I'm hammering on the D flat is the hammer-on key. I'm doing the minor third to major third, but I get up into the key and I press 2 to 3 to get to that major third, the 5th, the 6th, and then open up my hand to the octave. And notice that in my left hand I have D flat to A flat and D flat to B flat. So you're short on time and you need something to practice, that's a great goal. You're either going to do the slide key or the hammer-on. notice right away there's a difference between playing that slide key and the D flat. And often people will shy away from some of those more difficult ideas of how am I going to get to that doesn't feel comfortable. Well, the way it will feel comfortable for you is if you get up into the keys on this one, and you kind of have to maneuver your hands. Everyone has a different size hand, fingers, and all that, but find something that works for you, and you're hammering on that minor third, major third. So I might practice 1 and 2, 1, 2, and then 1 and 2, and then I work on getting that octave. 1, 2, and then 3. And when I put the hand together, 1. Go back to C. Okay, that's just one of these ideas. And if anybody's just watching this and you're just joining us right now, these resources are available now in the store. And I want you, if you have questions on it, refer to the very beginning of this video where I talked about our plans for the next 2 weeks of what we're doing. Okay, now I'm back in the 20 tips PDF, and I'm going to pick one more. Let's do the Ray Charles idea. Now, this has been so popular. I'm not even going to do the second part of it. The second part is the triad part, so you do it. And the bass line for that is actually this. We've done a whole Ray Charles. We've done a whole training in our Blues Academy, but also we take the licks from what Ray Charles did, like the What I'd Say type lick, and then we've used different bass lines over that. And also you can play it in different areas. So you have this idea even in this PDF that shows you how to play it in a swing style. So you're doing quarter note, or you can do it on the third, going minor third to major third. That's the great thing when you learn things like if you're learning the Ray Charles and you learn this and you get this idea down, you get this blues idea, then you use it in your blues playing. You have this, if you're just playing a very simple blues. So the way that's written out again is with quarter note bass line, but you have it on two different places. You have it on the fifth, so this type lick works great. So all I'm doing is, if you guys don't have the PDF, it's just this. I'm going up to the fifth of whatever key I'm in. So if I'm in the key of C, I go up, and then it's a C7 I'm trying to do. I go up to that fifth note, and I roll up, and I do finger 1, 2, 2, and this is kind of that down home fingering that we like. So it sounds a lot better than 1, 2, 3. And I've told you guys many times that I used to do this kind of finger where I would roll it up. And then when I started thinking about Ray Charles things, I started saying, oh, maybe there's a different way that a lot of blues players will play some of these grace notes. And a lot of time they're using that slide from one finger to the next. And I had to learn that. I had to kind of get over myself with the idea of having somewhat of a classical background as well. And so where wasn't used to those slides. But also on the way down, this idea, if I used to play the blues scale, I would always almost do 4, 3, 4, 3, but now I do kind of the Ray Charles style, which is like 3, 3, and lots of blues players. Da, 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 da. So you have, da, 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 da. And that's just a technique itself, and a very awesome technique of learning how to slide even on the way down with our third finger, for instance. Okay, so you're going to practice this very slowly. Take one measure at a time. And let's talk about locking the hands up. So now I'm on measure 35 and 36. Measure 35 and 36. It has the triad. It does this C with the C and A in the second beat. And what I always tell you guys is if you can play anything if you can count the beats and learn how it breaks down even mathematically. If I'm looking at this, I play it slow and straight. So on measure 35, I'm going to go do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So just that one measure, I'm playing it slow and straight. I'm not thinking about any kind of swing feel, any kind of laid back or anything. I'm just mathematically thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So even in the right hand, if I do on measure 34, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so as I'm going to keep reminding you guys of this, in our Blues Academy for January, we did You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog with a bass line and New Orleans type feel. So you win, ain't nothing but a hound dog. So that was our rhythm where we had 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you better believe that we spent the month of January doing these bass lines and these rhythms where we did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we would do it at a snail's pace. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Oh, those are together. 2 and 3 and. So there are ways to break it down. And the same thing, we did Blueberry Hill, 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then. And the way you get these things is thinking in terms of mathematically locking it down. And the way we were able to take Blueberry Hill and go all the way through locking up the hands, because that's a difficult thing if you just were going to try to play it. But if you learn the math, you learn how to lock things up. It makes it so much more simple. Then the other thing is this: if you're doing the Ray Charles thing and you're trying to play that where you do the lick, if you're just trying to do that, that's really, really difficult. But if you learn 1 and 2 and, okay, it repeats there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's the trick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's 1 and 2 and. So knowing that my middle finger is going to be twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, that's great. And then on beat 4, it's 4 and. So then when I lock it up, okay, so one more example. So our new song of the month in the Academy is Ain't No Sunshine. So now we're thinking 16th notes for the month of March. I'm telling you this because I get all my students to count out loud, and I want you guys to do that as well. It's like when we first started today, we did example 30 or measure number 32 right here, and I say, all right, the C6 lick. Notice that I was counting out loud. 1 and 2 and then, all right, there's the triplet. 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and 1. So if I wanted to play the New Orleans style bass line, the second line groove, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and now I have to put in rhythm. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Or if I did an eighth note bass line, how would I lock that up? I would put it on 1 and 2 and then. So my A note gets the C and A. 1 and 2 and then. right? That's how I would lock that up. Let me do it slower. 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and 1. Or if I did. How in the world would I get this in the left hand to lock up with the right hand? The answer is like with everything else. We do repetition. Repetition is your friend. Right hand only and left hand only. I could not play this right here and still talk to you guys if I hadn't spent time doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. And I continue to do this. Is we do it slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, even slower than that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so what you're doing is building up muscle memory. So we have a lot of fun little things to practice. Okay, let's go back to one. Let's do one more while we're at it. I'm about to wrap this up. Let's look at the very last one. The last one is this walking bass line here. We're doing D minor 9. So this is for my jazz players out there, right? We have these very cool jazz things. And remember, if anybody's watching, you need to watch the beginning, because in addition to getting these standalone little products here where I've made the PDFs available for you, I not only lowered the prices like crazy, I also put them on sale. And we're changing our website in like 2 weeks. So now's the time to do all this. And I created for these standalone a little thing. So Jeff got the 20 tips PDF last night because he requested that I put it up, and I did that. And then so he got that. And then so as a way of not only saying thank you, but I want Jeff to practice a certain way. I'm like, I want you guys to not only go through these PDFs, but there are some other things that I'm making available to you guys. And so I put the Easy Jazz course in there that I'm giving to you guys. And so I just sent Jeff the link manually. So he downloaded the 20 tips PDF that he ordered, and then I sent him this, which I will send to anybody who hears this, sees this. This is the Easy Jazz volume. What I love about this is you're a beginning jazz pianist, blues pianist. This is perfect for you. It's 2-note, it's 2-note voicings, and then it's 3-note voicing, and then here is actually the lick that we just talked about. So you have your blues way of playing it, but you also have the jazz way. And they work beautifully together. And then you have, within 25 minutes or so, where's my mouse? So then within the last lesson, you learn the bass line, 2-note voicings, and then you learn 3-note, which are great, and then you learn the 4-note voicings. And the reason this is important because you can learn this, use this material to really learn how to transpose. And then also within this folder, I put the beginning blues sheet, which is very crucial. You learn these, but then you learn how to turn it around. So several different ways to turn it around. There's an Oscar Peterson type way. And then you keep going. A couple other things that I put in this. The 50 Days to Flying Fingers. I put that in here. So you have my favorite course at iMusic Academy, for sure. And then the other thing, I put one other thing. Oh, I put this. Since we've been talking about this idea of the bass line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and I put this example from our blues alternate bass line course where you have the same exact lick for all of them. All the bass lines. It's kind of like a mini practice bundle in addition to getting the product that you actually order. All right, I did put a couple different products in addition to 20 tips for 5-minute success. I also made another PDF sheet music standalone. I did Bob's songbooks 1 and 2 individually, And a little fun fact that you guys need to know is that if you get Bob's Songbook Volume 1, you get access to the 37 training videos we did on all the songs back when we did the course. And just to enroll in that course, it was about $60. So you'll see that it's a crazy good deal for anybody who's interested. And then the last thing is I put in there the Shapes course, which is another one of my favorite courses. And I just don't think I've done a good enough job of letting people know how awesome the Shapes course is. I don't even think I had it in the store for a long time, but all it is our Shapes course with the PDFs and all the trainings. It's insane. I even put in there the boot camp, and I think it was like $90 because we did a $60 boot camp and then the resources and all that, and I put it on something. I think I put it up for $20, and I'm saying get everything. I'm going to take all the resources that come in over the next 2 weeks, including the investment Jeff made last night, and we're going to build out our new website. So it'll be it'll be a really nice upgrade, and my web guy is going to help us get all that done. I hope you guys have a great day. So if anybody does purchase the standalone, any of the standalones, I'm going to send you guys this as just an addition to whatever you get. So it's the Easy Jazz course that I'm putting in there, which I love. We have this chart from our blues alternate bass line, one chart from 50 Days to Flying Fingers, our beginning blues scale sheet, which is crucial for my students. There's your Easy Jazz course, and that is actually training videos on each example in there. All right, very cool. All right, let's end with one more tip. Let me find one, because I've got to go, and I know you guys have to go as well. I'm gonna do something really easy. Let me find the original thing. Where's 50 tips? There it is. Okay, so we're doing the bass line right here, and I'm at the bottom here. Is this D minor? So F-A-C-E is our shortcut way of playing this, and you do D, E, F, F sharp, and G. And all you have to do is you do F-A-C-E, and then you lower your middle finger down a half step, and now you have G13. This is a very crash course example of what we're doing. D minor 9 to G13, and to make a minor 9 a 13 voicing, D minor 9 to G13, all you have to do is lower your middle finger by a half step, and now you have G13. So you have this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1. Now, if this was one of my 20 tips, if I don't have a lot of time, I'm going to practice this at a slow tempo. This is teaching you a lot. It's teaching you how to walk up the scale to get to that, from a 2 chord to a 5 chord, and then it goes down the octave, and then it uses the 5th note, which is really crucial, this idea right here. And then my right hand is teaching me a very beautiful D minor 9 sound, and then how to make a 9 go to a 13 by lowering your middle finger. Now, if you're more experienced, you're going to do something like this. You'll practice this for a while, and then you'll go up a half step, and you'll do the same thing, and then you'll go up another half step. You have a little more experience, and you can keep going up the keys. And I want everybody to be able to practice and play in all keys. Now, there's one thing that I need to tell you guys as I'm wrapping up, is that I told you that there are 2 ways usually to get through all keys in terms of fingering. And you know me, you know I like to write in fingerings, and I'll let you do whatever fingering you want to do, but I often will encourage, at least I think, fingerings that are really helpful, because they're helpful to me and have been for a lot of my students. But you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1. That's the fingering I want. When you go up to E flat, you have to do 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1. Okay, when I go up another half step, I'm back to the first fingering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1. When I go up to F, it's just like the first fingering. We'll call it the first finger or the second finger. When I go up to F sharp, it's the second fingering. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. So you notice a pattern that's happening here. So let me do it again, and I'll wrap it up. I'll say first fingering is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second fingering is 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. So here we go. Fingering 1, fingering 2, finger 2. This is actually, as I'm doing this, I said it was only 2 fingerings. In this case, I'm doing 2 1 3 2 1. But on F sharp, I'm actually doing 3 2 1 2 1. That's my fault on that. But then when I get up here to A flat, it's the 3rd fingering, 1st fingering, 2nd fingering, 1st. And the same thing on here on we'll call it, which one is that? 3rd fingering. All right, I'm gonna do this for me because I don't want to end on a bad note. I have to get these right for you guys. All right, here we go. 1st fingering, 2nd fingering, 1st fingering, 1st fingering, 3rd fingering, 1st fingering, 3rd fingering, 1st fingering, 2nd fingering, 1st. Sorry, wait. And then the last one is 1st. And I think I've started over, right? No, I have one more to go. Okay, so we did. And the last one is 3rd fingering. We just start over. All right, guys, have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed that, and just write those fingerings down. I'm just going to tell them one more time because that's the way I am. 1st fingering is going to be 5 4 3 2 1 5 2 1. The 2nd fingering is going to be 3 1 3 2 1 5 2 1. And the only other fingering that you have to learn is that what we're going to call the 3rd fingering, which happens on F sharp and A flat, is 3 2 1 2 1. And it happens. So then we have, and it happens on C sharp as well. All right, very good. Vicky, good to see you, and thanks everybody for hanging out. We always have people that start watching toward the end of a pop-up lesson. I hope you've enjoyed this. Go visit the store and have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And to all of our Blues Academy members, you guys are amazing. I'm really enjoying Ain't No Sunshine. That was a great lesson on Monday, and we'll do another lesson tomorrow. Remember, count out loud, 16th notes. Thank you for the awesome feedback you've been giving me regarding Ain't No Sunshine. We went from doing Hound Dog bass line to the in January to in February we did Blueberry Hill, and then now we're on 16th notes, counting out loud. So it's been a lot of fun. Have a great day. See you in the next video. Good to see you.